Morning, guys. Uh, it's all doing. Sorry, I've not been live for a while. Let it kick in for a minute. Hey, guys. Oh, God, sorry. How's all doing? What you're seeing here is Scotland. A great example of Scotland. The suicide rate, the overdose rate within Scotland is unreal. We're the capital of Europe. The stigma of that in our country is unreal. As I say, folks, look at that neck of that. That was me. That was me once in a lifetime. Ex-addict. You look at me. 13-year clean, 14-year clean, 2019 now, maybe even longer. First thing morning, I do this. But addiction leads to this. And that photo in the background is no any lies, any bullshit, and like that. That's what you end up like if you choose drugs. Hi guys, just talking about addiction and who the drug rate deaths in Scotland and overdoses. We're the highest country in Europe for drug related deaths and overdoses. Also, although we've got these consumption rooms in Glasgow, the Thistle Centre, whatever it's called, it's clearly not working, to be honest with you. 100 people a week die in Scotland through drug overdoses. This makes you sad to think that this is the way our country's coming. We can all blame everybody else. But at the end of the day, it's down to you to make a choice in life to go down this road or not. You can all sit and blame trauma, whatever. Yes, trauma plays a big part in addiction and mental health. But it's the people who bring it in. It needs to be stopped. Right, Paul, how you doing? Let's see. Because this needs to stop. This is Ewan McGregor in the Trainspotting movie. Now, that's not fake, that's real. That's what you can end up like with an addiction. That sitting in an empty flat at Martis in the Flare, all by yourself, no money, nothing. Hi Thomas, how you doing today, pal? Hope you're well. But as I say, guys, this is Scotland today. Look at this. Didn't forget this image, because that's what happens when you resort to going down the addiction route. It's not worth it. You don't gain nothing out of it. The simple fact is, you'll lose your loved ones, your family, everyone through this drug. And now it's getting worse with the drugs in Scotland, because they don't know what kind of drugs in the situation. You know what I mean? You've got fake diazepam, fake heroin, fake cocaine. Everything's synthetic nowadays. There's no way of treating it. There's no way of treating it. Diazepam, hydrocodone, methadone, they don't work. It just doesn't work. So have a hard look at this before you think about picking up a drug. Alright, pal. How you doing? Thanks for subbing. I'm okay, pal. I'm getting there. I've done that route, mate. Yep, I was an addict. Yep, I was an addict. As I say, I was an addict for 2002, 2002, right up to 2009. Spent most of the noughties in prison. Basically spent all the noughties in the prison from 2000 right up to 2010. In prison, in and out of prison, through drugs, addiction, and crime. I don't lie about that. My life's great, mate. How's yours? I've been clean for 2009. Maybe last took some before I started my methadone script in 2010, I don't know. I can remember it was August 2009. You know what I mean? I can remember sitting in these conditions. And I can remember folks saying this will never happen to me. Oh, it'll happen to you. And believe me, it'll happen to you. And don't think it won't happen to you. I had all the money in the world. I had businesses and everything. And I lost it just through some silly wee powder and try to impress everybody around me. All my friends, all my pals. But you're not impressing anyone. You're embarrassing your family. You're embarrassing yourself. You'll do things to get money for this drug that you'd never do in your life, whether it be sexual, whether it be robbing, whether it be whatever. You'll do it, you know what I mean? But fortunately, I didn't go down that route because I had the backing of my parents and stuff like that. But then what happened? I ended up robbing my dad's window run. He put the police on me and I go to jail. So, as I say, guys, you know what I mean? This is a life lesson for a person that's been addicted to heroin, crack, Valium, all sorts of drugs for the age of 9 right up until, as I say, 2009, 2010, when I started my script. The first habit was diazepam at the age of 9, cannabis and diazepam. I started taking that when I was 9-year-old, just to cope with things, plus what the household I came from was unstable, you know what I mean? Mum and dad was arguing all the time, fighting all the time, splitting up, stuff like that. I had 2 older brothers, we were fighting all the time, we were out causing trouble on the street. We were just terrors, basically, you know what I mean? But there's a time in your life that you've got to change. You've got to want to make a change. It can only you that can do it. You've got all these drug services out there. I don't believe in having them work. I don't. Because I go to all these meetings. Even though I'm clean, I'm stable with my prescription and that, I still go and see these people. And the people I see sitting in the waiting areas are on prescription. I'm meant to be in recovery, but I still see them going away and scoring and using illicit drugs when they shouldn't be. Because they're taking someone's chance to actually survive in life. You know what I mean? It's no worth it. Nowadays, it's no worth it. No worth it altogether, but especially nowadays, because it's all synthetic drugs, what people are using and selling. These drug dealers don't bother about you. They only want that money. So when you're sitting thinking, looking at your local drug dealer driving about the big fancy motor and all that, that's your money paying for that. You know what I mean? You're going to jail for that because you've just stole that money to get that. He's no. He's going to be whatever. He's going to be buying your bike or being holding you clothes and all that for your missus and your wines and all that when you just destroyed your family. You know what I mean? This is where it needs to stop. This is where it needs to stop. Drug dealers don't actually realise themselves. They're killing their own people. They're killing their own customers. They don't give a fuck. Drug dealers don't give a fuck. So if you think for 1 minute your drug dealer thinks about you, think again. Because if that was the case, he wouldn't be lying there, buddy. I know it's only a picture for train spotting, but see, at the end of the day, that's reality. That's what happens. And that's no joke. That's not a life. Not a life at all. I can remember, I was 27. I'm 42. I was 27 and I was sitting outside a shop. Scots and Day. Fucking mouth dry as an arrow sandal. Or out on my contact. I didn't know where to get money. Nothing. Take care, pal. Not no bother, pal. Yeah, Mark, Trainspotting, brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Trainspotting is one of the best movies you'll ever see. And it gets it right down to a T. Right down to a T. Based in Edinburgh. Shout out to all the Edinburgh boys that were involved in it. What a part they played. Unreal. Fantastic. You know what I mean? These guys had it to a T. What you see in Trainspotting actually happened in real life when you start taking drugs. Prison, crime, drug abuse, you'll rob any cunt to your granny. And simple as that. Simple as that. Anybody that says otherwise, I'll call them a fucking liar. And doesn't matter who you are or what you have, you've got a habit like this, you'll rob anybody. And that's a fact. So don't get it twisted, people. And this isn't a life that you want to live. I lived it. And I've been died 3 times. And I got out it. And now, as I say, I've got a kid, 10-year-old, 13-year relationship, 2 cars and a van. And that was all because I chose a life, not a needle. And that's what I done. It was hard, but I got there. Struggle, still struggle. And I've had that failure twice, spirit failure once, and still standing. And I bet everything through the drugs. You know what I mean? It fucks your whole entire body up. You get COPD, you get emphysema, you get problems with your veins, deep bone bases, mental health. Look at the state of the eyes, look at the state of the face. You know what I mean? Your metabolism, you can't eat, you can't wash, you're just bogging. You know what I mean? And that's the true fact of a heroin or a person's an addiction. This is the life they lead on a daily basis. As I say to you, I just sit back and think about all the times when I was on it, all the things I'd done, and how I could have changed it for the better. But unfortunately, you can't change the past, you can only change the future. You know what I mean? As I say, I started off with diazepam and cannabis at age of 9, and drinking, out stealing cars, all your silly wee Ned kind of shite. That was the way back in the early 90s. Then it going to the bigger crimes, you know what I mean? It was all for drugs, and I just never couldn't go out. I was put in care when I was, wait now, mum and dad split when I was 12, so I was in care by the time I was 13, 14, in Jewland, sorry guys, in Jewland, residential school. I got out there in 1999, started 2000, and when I was in Jewland, all the years, I was with my family, I'm from Falkirk, Jewland's in Ayrshire, we doing by Dalry, Bees and all that kind of stuff. Now, for a wee boy at that age, it felt like you were at the other side of the world because you were just taken away from your family, your friends, your surroundings, and you're put into a big unit full of people just the exact same as you, if no worse. Drug users, you know what I mean, car thieves, house breakers, you name it, everything. Even sex vendors, they were all in the fucking unit. You know what I mean? Like you're only a wee boy, you can't do nothing about it. So, and the abuse you get when you're in these places is unreal. The abuse I suffered in New Zealand and the children's homes and care homes was, I'll talk about it another time, but as I say, this life is not the life you want to choose. Believe me. Take it for a man who's been there. Take it for a man who died 3 times and came back. Believe me, this is not a life you want to be choosing. You know what I mean? There's more to life than this. Yes, it'll maybe take some pain away, maybe take your head out of the wall, but see, at the end of the day, it'll grip you and it'll drag you down, and you'll lose everything. Your family, your cars, your house, as I say, everything. I've seen lawyers, I've seen doctors, everything. No, no date me, no date me. I've even seen guys who own fucking £1 million fucking car company sitting taking the heroin at the weekend, and before you know it, it was fucking every old morning, and it started every day, and it was like, listen mate, you got a fucking buy or you're going to lose everything. No, me, I'll just pay to go to rehab, I'll just put it. Listen, you can spend all the money in the world in rehabs. It's not doing to fucking rehab to get you off it. It's doing to you to get off it. It's only you that can get. Not a fucking rehab. And they're all gone. Rehabs are gone. You've got to pay them money to get you off drugs. You can do it yourself. You can do it yourself. Surround yourself with good people, positive people. Get yourself on the track. Go and work with your workers. Whatever they give you to substitute the drug, take it. But don't stay on it long term. Because long term abuse of methadone, diazepam, and the rest of it. Well, diazepam cause brain forgiveness. You forget. You know what I mean? Anxiety. You know what I mean? Methadone eats away your body, your bones, rots your teeth, everything, sugar. Then you've got the Subutex Jag. Now that's one thing I'm going to look into, is the Subutex Jag. I didn't understand how they can jag you with a liquid, right, and it lasts you a month when you've got methadone and Subutex, where you go to get and take every day. So how can they guarantee that injection lasts you that full 30 days until you get your next injection? You know what I mean? I didn't get it. I don't get it. Obviously, I've done trials and whatever and all that. It may work for some, it may not work for others. They say once you go in the injection, it'll open your head into a new world. So it's basically like if you're straight again. Where methadone kind of sedates the brain. You know what I mean? If you're thinking about the narcotic side of it, and your endorphins and stuff like that. The diazepam naturally calm your nerves and anxiety, whatever. But all it does after a while is make it worse. Because you start getting paranoid, you start sweating, you start shaking. You can even take fits, seizures. It weakens your bones, it weakens your breath. You know what I mean? Like breathing. You know what I mean? It depresses the breathing. Like your methadone does. Like your pregabalin do. The pregabalin are the worst ever drug I've ever heard. I've never took pregabalin. I've never took them. One drug I've never ever took is pregabalin. I took every other drug apart from pregabalin. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Probably never knew it when I was on drugs, But I speak to people on a daily basis that's on pregabalin, and they tell me that the side effects that coming off of pregabalin is worse than heroin. You know what I mean? So why doctors are prescribing these people pregabalin, then taking them after prescription, is beyond me. You know what I mean? That should be against the law. Because if that person's on pregabalin and he's on methadone and the rest of it, and he gets put in prison, he'll not get the pregabalin when he gets into prison. He'll not get Valium when he gets into prison. He'll be handed a detox, handed methadone, and once that detox is finished, that's him. He's only on methadone. So if this guy's been on pregabalin and Valium for years, for your doctor, then he gets to jail. Think about the way that guy's going to happen. You know what I mean? Methadone's not going to hold him. Because you've got another drug, pregabalin, that is actually like heroin. I've seen some states with people getting their sanity through drugs, and it's terrible. You know what I mean? As I say, guy, it's just a wee short video, just to let you know I'm very well. I was at the doctor's in the hospital the other day there. I've got the all clear now. My oxygen levels are back to 98, touching 100. Heart, liver, lungs repaired, back training, and I'm ready to go. Just got to get my teeth implanted in now, and I'll be brand new. But as I say, never judge people. Don't judge people, because you didn't know. and you're going to be in that situation yourself. Help people. Don't walk by them. Don't laugh at them. Don't spit at them. You know what I mean? Help them. Make them feel make them feel that they're worth something. Make them feel you can do this. Now, if you can help one person in your whole life to come away from this drug, to come away from everything, that's an achievement for you. Never mind them. That's an achievement for you. At least you can go to your deathbed knowing how you've done a good thing in life. We all need to do good things in life. You know what I mean? Maybe we don't one day, but we need to. You know what I mean? There's too much going on in the world just now. It's about time we start helping our own instead of helping others. And that is the bottom line. Because see the people that's actually bringing these drugs into this country. Where are these drugs already? Where did they come from? You know what I mean? Think about it. Where did they come from? And who's the one who's coming in the boats? You know what I mean? Who's the one? You never see any of them going into a drug service. You never see them running about habits. You never see them with any teeth and slash marks and blah blah blah. Why is that? Because they don't take it. They're no stupid. They'll sell it to you and me. Like fucking idiots. They'll sit and take it. And that's the truth. That is the fucking truth. Oh, you'll get your right dealers. You'll get your right dealers. Obviously, you'll get your right dealers. But in the background, where did the drug come from? You know what I mean? Pakistan, Afghanistan, Morocco, Brazil. You know what I mean? All Muslim countries. China. That's where all your fake tablets come from. You know what I mean? You know it gets made in Britain. You know it gets made in Britain at all. So, as I say, you know what I mean? Have a hard think about that. Now, these guys are running about in their big Mercedes and their big houses and all their shops. Oh, we're Scotland. We're Britain, right? Takeaways, nail bars, hairdressers, ice cream shops. You know what I mean? Hotels, restaurants, you name it. You know what I mean? And where are they getting all this money from? You know, it's not just a bank loan and invest into cash and carries and all this crap. Wake up. Wake up, guys. See people that's bringing it into this country. They're making it over there, polluting these countries. So we get wiped out. They can just walk in. Because, you know, we've not got an army. We've not got an army. Scotland is the highest place in Europe for drug overdose and the lot. So where's the soldiers? They're all fucked up in drugs. You know what I mean? You'll not get another soldier. Because all the young nowadays are all fucked up in drugs. But they're all driving about in cars. Because they've been watching these crimes for the last 10 fucking years. And, you know what I mean? It's just sad. Sad. Really sad. And the time folk wake up to this and realise your hash. I see cannabis. I don't see cannabis as a drug because it's a natural herb. Right? I've been having this many times with people. They're all gloves up, drugs down. Right? Yep. But I don't see it. Cannabis is a drug. It's proven to help medical from cancer all the way through. Painkillers and all that, they just make you worse. Because you've got all that chemical run through your body and you've got a virus run through your body. You know what I mean? They're giving you them because they think it's an easy option. Oh, sorry, we're just giving the painkiller, we're just giving that. And realistically, that's not what you need for your body. You know what I mean? Definitely not need for your body. It's been proven all around the world that cannabis oils, edibles, smoking cannabis, it cures a lot of mental health and, as I say, life-threatening conditions like epilepsy, stuff like that. Yep. It's true detective, aye. It is a drug, right? But if you think about it, cannabis grows from the ground upward, right? Heroin and cocaine and diazepam, they're all chemically made drugs for pharmaceutical companies to try and make money. You know what I mean? Here in the hotter climates of the world, cannabis just grows freely. You know what I mean? It doesn't get tampered with. They don't mix it with detergents where it's going to make it stronger and they can make it out. Because that's what's really killing the people, the stuff that they're mixing it with. You know what I mean? As I say, the synthetic stuff is going about now is unreal. And where's it all coming from? China. China. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy the way people are still buying this stuff and addicting it. Their pals are dying right next to them. And it's whoever's got the strongest stuff. The addicts seem to go for. It's mental. It's fucking mental. But I think it's like some of the cannabis you get nowadays, right? I do say that's sprayed with some stuff. I do. Because cannabis doesn't make sleep. You know what I mean? I've seen people smoking joints and it's a couple of minutes later or a couple of hours later, they're sleeping on the couch. And you're like, how are you sleeping? Oh, that joint, man. No, that joint shouldn't even make you fall asleep like that. You know what I mean? It's scary. It's really scary because you don't know what to do or who to buy it off it or what nowadays. You know what I mean? So that's why I just cut it all out. Because I'm not sitting panicking, wondering if I'm smoking spice or if I'm fucking taking this or if I'm taking that when I've got heart problems and respiratory problems. No danger. So, and folk when I go, and you know what I mean? That's just nerves. That's just nerves. So I do apologise for it. Because as I say, I do see quite a few idiots making comments in the past about it. But that's just the way I talk. But as I say, just a wee quick video, just to let you know I'm still here. I'm still plodding along. And I will be back doing lives on a regular basis. And we're going to forget about all this crap that's going on down in fucking Humble Dryer and the rest of them. They're irrelevant now. You know what I mean? They're irrelevant. Nobody believes they people. You know what I mean? See Humble Dryer and bird shit and all them. They just want views and stuff like that. They're not really into this to help people. You know what I mean? If they were, they wouldn't have caused all the fucking trouble they've caused. And now look at them. You know what I mean? One's in fucking hiding in Thailand, one's fucking shit, he's doing going to pose all the time. Another one's fucking, I don't know where. They've all seemed to disappeared. But they're all still talking. They're all still talking. You know what I mean? And it's people like them that drive people to drugs. With the stress, anxiety, the lies, the malicious rumours. You know what I mean? Every cunt, all cunt, is a nonce to them. When they are sitting with the worst fucking previous convictions you could ever hear of, that have got a cheek to go on others. And that's a true fact. It's a true fact. And they didn't gain nothing out of it. But on the fucking run. Do you think Umbos is going to come back to Scotland and walk these streets safe after what he's done to a lot of people? No chance. No the fucking oatmeal. He's fucked his life. Fucked it big style. He can sit there with pea shooter and all that and blah blah blah. Nobody's ever heard him. He's not known in Scotland. Not known. You know what I mean? Big force coming. He done his way. Big multi fucking player in the drug business years ago. He done his time. Deserved it. Strongest man. With the weightlifting and all that. I know all the guys. And I've asked them about this cunt. They haven't even got a clue who that boy is. And never heard him. Never heard him. He was just he was just one of these guys here in the background that met somebody that was on police protection and got all the money handed to him and thought he was going to come out and be this good guy. I know I'd done it backfire on him. Big style. Big fucking style. Because look at him. He's sitting like this now in Thailand jungle. stressing and worrying about who's coming through his fucking door or who is going to, you know what I mean? Fuck that life, man. For what? For what? His name gave a reason why he's doing it. That's the fucking best thing about it. You know what I mean? But that's his life. He's nothing else gone for him in life. He's lying on police protection. He can't walk the fucking streets. So what's the better to do is sit on YouTube and call people down and try and bring them down. That's a bit online. Instead of just saying, right, enough's enough, I'm off. You know what I'm talking about? Keep myself quiet. I'm not getting involved anymore. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, people like them, they just take it too far and they don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? And that's the reality. They see people and they start getting obsessed with them. They want to beat them. They want to meet them. They want to hang about with them. When these guys down here, they're not interested. They're not interested. They've got a circle they keep. You know what I mean? They're not wanting to be involved in all this crap, getting their dirty laundry, fucking they're doing YouTube and all that. And it's people like this what's doing all this. It's sad. It's sad. You know what I mean? But anyway, as I said, we're not going to talk about them anymore. I said my piece on them. Just forget it. Let's start from now on and get this channel boosting. As I say, there are a few things coming up. I know I've said in the past, I've let a lot of people down. I can only apologise for it. But at the end of the day, when you're in a place where your head getting mashed, people are making videos about you, telling lies about you, and they're sending letters, cards to my door, slandering my child for his weight, stuff like that. Of course you're going to react. Of course you're going to get upset. Of course you're going to worry. You know what I mean? I'm not scared. They can come to my door any day they want. I've already said they're going to come to my door. Still fucking waiting. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? But this is what I'm saying. People think because you've had a heroin habit in the past that you're a fucking idiot. No. That's not the case. You know what I mean? That's not the case at all. You know what I mean? You never underestimate anybody. Just because they don't talk about it doesn't mean you don't know people. Just because they didn't act like a gangster, that they don't know people. You know what I mean? A real man doesn't talk about what you wrote in the closet. That way. You know what I'm talking about? Like contacts and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Why would you? Because you're only going to get them into trouble. You know what I mean? Now, as I say, I've got family in Carlisle, I've got family in Newcastle, I've got family in Cork, in Donegal in Ireland, I've got family in Australia, Canada. Carson is a big family. I've got a big family. You know what I mean? And they're all here. You know, it's just mad. Mad. You know what I mean? My papa had, was it 7 brothers and 6 sisters? So my old Maggie and old joke. They're my great grandparents from Ireland. Aye, so it was like 11, 12 of a family. Half of them went to England, half of them went to America, Australia, blah blah blah, when everybody was getting divided up. You know what I mean? And the only person that came to Scotland was my papa, my Uncle John, my Uncle Louis, my Uncle Jimmy. You know what I mean? And the rest of them all just went over the world. You know what I mean? Just because you don't hear it on here doesn't mean to say that you know people in certain places. You know what I mean? Thailand, Phuket, Cambodia. I've got friends that own pubs and bars. My mum's ex partner stays in Thailand, and he's got a pub. You know what I mean? It's just, as I say, guys, never judge anybody. Never look at a person and put them down. Try and help them. Fair enough, if you don't want your help, then you can't get on about it. But at least you know you put your hand out and try to make amends for the stuff you've done in the past. Well, I done wrong in the past. I'm not saying I did. No fucking angel. You know what I mean? But these kind of drugs make you do things that you would never do when you're on your own drugs. Simple. as I say, I was never out of trouble right up until 2009, 2010. Where I was taking this fucking crap. You know what I'm talking about? Then it just changed. I couldn't date anymore. I couldn't date anymore. You know what I mean? I was just, my head was fried. And I've got an addictive personality. With drugs, eh? I've got a very addictive personality. If I start taking some, I'll just can't stop. You know what I mean? And you'll get folk going here shouting and bawling and that, making videos and that, blah, blah. But that doesn't bother me. Because see, at the end of the day, as long as I know my main heart, what I know, what I'm capable of, and what I've done, the rest is irrelevant. It doesn't bother me. You can call me everything under the sun. Man, you'll not call me the nonce. You know what I'm talking about? No fucking way. You know what I mean? No, these cunts can't say that. You know what I'm talking about? But they're the ones that dishing all it. You know what I mean? But, as I say, guys, it's Father's Day today. We're up to see my dad. I made amends with my dad now. As I say, we'd fell out for a while there. But due to the carry on, it was grown when we collected his window run. Way back in fucking 2002. I was only an 18-year-old boy. You know what I mean? A silly wee boy. Got caught up in this shite. You know what I mean? My dad get sentence, stop doing it. We're off on the police, isn't he? No, sewer business, we'll do what we want, No realising the trouble we're getting my dad into. You know what I mean? And thank the fucking companies at the same time. We were just looking at the tenors and getting our fix. You know what I mean? And folk go, why did your dad fall out with you? Well, wait fucking now, man. We lost our thousands. He was fighting me fucking, he was fighting me up every day of the week, man. He was boxing it out in the street. And my dad has already spent time in jail for armed robbery and fucking stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, the last thing he'd want to do is go back to prison. You know what I mean? Yep. As I say, my dad was a young guy. He was in Scotland today. For car theft. He got put in prison for armed robbery, allegedly. So yeah, I come from a family full of criminals. I shouldn't say full of criminals because I know all criminals. And some of them are, and some of them are law-abiding citizens. But I didn't look at folk and put them down. I don't do that. For the simple fact that I'd rather help somebody and put them down. Even if they've done wrong to me in the past, I still fucking help them. You know what I mean? Because I know it's not the drug that's making them do it. That's the reason they're doing it, the drug. It's not because they want to do it. It's because they've not got a choice to do it. You know what I mean? It's either sitting in pain, spewing, no sleep, nothing. You know what I mean? Put yourself in that situation. If that was you, what would you do? Would you sit in pain? Would you sit in that all day? Nobody can say no or aye. Because the simple fact is, a person who's never been through an addiction will never know the side effects or how the side effects feel. And that's the brutal truth of it. And there's no hiding it by it anyway. You know what I mean? That's what I say to my drug workers and that when I go and see them. How can you tell me what to do and how to do this and how to do that when you've never had a habit, you've never had an addiction, all you've done is read it off a book. You're reading it off books. You need to actually go through the process of an addiction to realise how these people do it and understand why they do it. Until they do, then I don't think these people should be working in drug services. You know what I mean? The best person to listen to is a person who's been through drug abuse and addiction. As long as they're genuine and they have came off drugs in a positive way. You know what I mean? I only go and see my drug worker not for my insanity. You know what I mean? And just to keep it up, because it gives me somebody to talk to. I go to see my psychologist, my psychiatrist. It gives me somebody to talk to instead of letting it build up. Then you never know. One day I could just snap and go, fuck it, I'm over a bag. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm going to speak to these people. So I didn't end up doing that. I put myself down a lot of times, Probably all the time I put myself down. The simple fact is, I can't see how good I've done in life until other people tell me. You know what I mean? And I'm, nah. You know what I mean? But then, when you look at me, I could put pictures up just looking like this cunt, you know what I mean? To the way I'm able to do, and what I've got to do, and what I've achieved, and what I've been through. You'd call me off my nut, you'd be like, damn, how can you not see the change, the difference in the way you are compared to what the way you were when you were on drugs? Because I can't. You know what I mean? They say when you go to jail at 18, that's the age you stick it. You're in that mindset for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Mate, I'm Scottish. I've got a bit of chest infection anyway, as you can hear. Um, but I am Scottish, pal. As I say, I apologise to anybody that can't really understand me. I've got a bit of chesty kind of cough, and I've no teeth, so that's probably how you will really understand me. But I'm just at the hospital after suffering heart failure and respiratory failure again. So they can't put any implants in to get teeth until everything's all kind of healed, and you know what I mean? So I do apologise. Listen, I don't take things like that personal, because I know people go wrong when I laugh and a joke, you know what I mean? That's what YouTube's all about, banter. You can't take everything to heart and start flying off the handle and going like that. You know what I mean? Who you fucking talk to, who you talk to. There's no point, because you're never going to be able to get along with anybody. If you can't take a laugh, if you can't take a laugh and a joke, you know what I mean? Then there's no point coming onto YouTube. You know what I mean? Because you're just going to set yourself up to fail. You're going to end up arguing with everybody. You know what I mean? But you just laugh it off, or just didn't even read the comment. You know what I mean? Or explain the situation. Explain how you're talking like this, or whatever. You know what I mean? But as I say, Danny boy, it laugh's a laugh, man. You know what I mean? I'm very fucked, Danny pal. I'm very fucked. But I mate, you've been there yourself. You know the situation. You know what I mean? I know what I'm doing now. It's just trying to go out there, show the youth, the next generation. Listen, this isn't the fucking life, man. You know what I mean? Go and get a job. Go and start your own company. Go and do what you need to do to better your life. You know what I mean? Get yourself a wee family and settle down. If that's not what you want to do, go travelling. You know what I mean? Go travelling. You can stay in countries for up to 3 months at a time. Now, I wish that's what I done when I turned 18, 16. Instead of going down the fucking gangster fucking wannabe route. You know what I mean? I wish I listened to everybody and what I'd done. Screw your nothing, man. Get your passport. Travel. You know what I mean? I only started going holiday in 2019. You know what I mean? Area abroad. Used to lie in the jail and watch programmes and say, I wish that was me. You know what I mean? Wish I could go there. I wish I could. You can just go to fucking push yourself. Of course it is, Danny. You've got to laugh. You've got to laugh, mate. Man, it's called banter, mate. You know what I mean? Guys are guys. They'll take the piss of each other. Their appearance and all that kind of stuff. Right? But see, some people who've been in addiction, they forget how to take a laugh. You know what I mean? Or they forget how to take a joke. Because they've been used to getting basically persecuted all their fucking life. You know what I'm talking about? So they don't know how to take a laugh. You know what I mean? They think the person's being serious. Whether the person being serious or no, just laugh it off. You know what I mean? Aye, okay, see you later. You know what I'm talking about? There's too much aggression and anger in the world now. You know what I mean? Too much. We've got enough to deal with it now. You put yourself on these platforms, then you've got to take what comes with it. You know what I mean? That's the simple thing. You've got to take what comes with being on social media. You put your face out there, then you've got to take it. You know what I mean? Whether you listen to it or whether you just ignore it, that's down to you. You know what I mean? Everybody's got an opinion about somebody, and that's just fact in life. But it's whether you rise to it or no. There's a difference. You know what I mean? So anyway, Father's Day today. Before I go, what are you all up to today? You're all going to go and visit your fathers. Some of you will be going to graves. Some of you will be going to see them in person. But always remember, man, they're always in your heart. No matter where they are. You know what I mean? Just make them proud and show them that you can do it and you're going to do it. Set yourself goals. Don't listen to other people. Don't be a sheep. Do your own thing. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go to now, guys, because that's coming up to 49 minutes. I'm going to go and get a shower and that and get ready. Because I'm going to go and get a wee bit of bag work and a wee bit of maybe 10 minute, 20 minute on the cycle bike at the back. Shower, then suit my dad's. Okay? Stay safe, stay blessed, gloves up, drugs down. I'll see you all around. Thanks for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe. Get the channel boosting. You know what I mean? As I say, whatever's happened in the past, that can stay in the past. I'm not interested. 2 seconds, guys. That's it, mate. Danny, listen, mate. Proud of you, mate. The only thing with your script with Thailand, right? There's some, you'll need to actually Google that, right? Because if it's methadone or Subutex or whatever, right? I'm on methadone. I'm on 50 ml methadone. And when I go abroad, I've got to get a letter from my doctor. And it's going to state, in fact, how much methadone, what's there, blah, 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 blah. Right? But some countries don't let you take methadone into the country. You know what I mean? Or if you run out of methadone, they've no got methadone to give you. You know what I'm talking about? So, or you've got to pay them a fee to get your methadone into the country before you get done with fucking drug possession or whatever. You know what I mean? So, check that man out, check that man out, and always make sure it's in a lockbox and everything's accounted for. Because they take everything out, even your methadone bottles, they take it out and they put it on the scales inside the patcher. I mean, well, you know what I mean? When they go through your stuff, so like, security. And they actually weigh the bottles. You know what I mean? Because I try to top my bottles up just in case anything happens or sick in the plane or that, I could just make it up, but. And it states on your prescription how much you're on and all that, so, you know what I mean? What happened with that was I had to stand in the fucking airport and pour, you know what I mean? Every wee bit into another fucking bottle, embarrassing, but, you know what I mean? Still let me take the bottle, man. But just, as I say, be careful with that, Be careful, because some countries don't like that, and some don't supply it, you know what I mean? As I say, like Spain and all that, you can get into chemists, go up to a doctor and see a chemist, give you a script for methadone or diazepam. You know what I mean? As long as you've got your bottle or your tablets with you, show them it. You'll pay maybe 40 quid for a prescription. You'll take it down to the pharmacy and they'll give you what you need. And you can claim it back off your insurance. You know what I mean? Like diazepam and all that. Diazepam in Spain and all that now is only fit for 30 diazepam, 2s, 5s and 10s. You're only paying £2.45 for 30 years. That was euro, £2, €2.35 for 30 yellows. I think it's £5.10 for the blue, well, they're white daddy pan, the 10s, and the 2s or something like a couple of quid. You know what I mean? But as I say, it's a prescription. It goes to me, it's some 45 quid, 50 quid. But you can claim that back, as I say, on your travel insurance. You know what I mean? But other than that, you just got to watch when you get into certain countries, especially Turkey. They're really bad for it. You know what I mean? They'll take it off you. You know what I mean? If you try and hide that, and they'll declare it, they will fucking take it off you. And so it's not worth it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. Declare it, because if they find it, they will take it. And you did it back to go on your holiday. Rather simple as that. You know what I mean? So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me this morning, sorry. And yeah, let's take the challenge there on the positive route. Stay away from all the fucking dafties. You know what I mean? They're not worth it. They tried to ruin the channel. I'm still going. You know what I mean? I've been through hell and back them, and I'm still here. I've just not tried to get anybody on the channel, for the fact is, I've had a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? But I've spoke to certain individuals that I'm not going to name. Because every time I was naming people, Humble and all that, were fucking contacting them and putting them off and all that, eh? So what I'm going to do is just do it the right way and go on it. So, stay safe, guys, and have a good Father's Day to you all. And I hope everyone goes well. Catch you in the next live.